This video is on converting units of measurement. We're kind of minimizing how much we spend on this lesson to focus on unit analysis. We start on page 167 where the word convert is defined. It says to convert a measurement means to change it to an equivalent measurement in different units. So equivalent here means equal to. So we're not changing the measurement itself. Okay, it's still the same length, same mass, same distance, whatever. It's just written in a different unit. So the numbers will change, but the value is still the same. All right, that's what we mean by convert. All right, then over here on page 169, look at a very important skill, and that is to take these equal statements, all right, and these conversion factors, and turn them into a ratio in fractional form. All right, so 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. All right, there are 3 feet in a yard. So we would say there are 3 feet for every 1 yard. So 3 feet over 1 yard. Okay, so we could also write that as 1 yard over 3 feet. Same thing over here. We do 5,280 feet over 1 mile, or 1 mile for every 5,280 feet. So really, we're not doing anything to this other than changing it from an equation to a ratio. Okay? All right, moving over. Page 176. So we kind of made a big jump. We skipped over all the strategies for converting, including scaling up. You're welcome to go back and look at that. But on page 176, it introduces this idea of unit analysis. This is the strategy we're going to use. The basic idea here is we take the given unit, in this case 4.5 kilograms, and we put it in front. All right, that's the first thing we write down. And then we write a ratio equal to 1, okay, a form of 1, if you will, similar to what we did over here. We know that there are 2.2 pounds in 1 kilogram. Now, we want to be careful here. We want the kilograms to cancel out, so we want them to be across from each other at an angle, all right, diagonal from each other. That way they cancel out and we're left with pounds. Now when we do this, we know that, okay, I'm going to multiply the top numbers, so 4.5 times 2.2, and then technically I'm going to multiply my bottom numbers, but since they're both 1, we really don't need to show them here, okay, because 9.9 over 1 is the same as 9.9. So our final answer is 9.9 pounds. Okay, this stuff down here, this is just the scaling up transferred over here. So really, we're done at this point. Okay? So let's look at a few examples here. All right? Well, first we looked on page 177 at Christopher and Max. And we can see that these two answers do not both work. Okay? Max is right, Christopher is not. Just logically, to go from 31,000 feet to this number of miles, it's just not realistic. All right? Because it takes a lot of feet to make a mile, so it wouldn't make sense for the number to go up when we're going from feet to miles. And the reason it went that way is he did not set up his ratio the correct way. All right? The feet should be on the bottom so that it's diagonal and they cancel out. All right? So instead of writing 5280 over 1, we should have done 1 over 5280, just like Max did. And then we need to divide in order to get 6 miles. All right? Let's look at number 4. It says a giraffe is 18 feet tall. Okay, we can stop right there. Let's write 18 feet down like I did here in green. And then how tall is a giraffe in inches? Okay, now I'm going to multiply it by my form of 1, my ratio equal to 1. I know 1 foot equals 12 inches. Now I want to put on the bottom feet. So I'm going to put 1 foot here and 12 inches on top. Okay, again, we want these to cross out. Okay? Cross them out, I'm basically multiplying across the top, 18 times 12, and I get 216 inches. Again, technically, I have a 1 times 1 on the bottom, but since that's not going to affect my answer, I don't really need to write it. Okay? Now, over here, on question 5, it's similar. They have a giraffe is 174 inches tall. Okay? So we're going to write that down. 174 inches, and then I'm going to multiply it by a form of 1. And this time, I'm going to put inches on the bottom. See how it's different than this? Here I put feet on the bottom, here I put inches. The reason is we're starting in inches, we want to go to feet. So I'm putting the inches across from each other at a diagonal, and I'm going to multiply across the top. 174 times 1 is 174. 1 times 12 is 12. So So I'm left with 174 over 12, but we need to simplify that. So what we can do is we can divide top by bottom, and I get 14.5. So my answer would be 14.5 feet. And let me box that for you there. Oops, that didn't do what I wanted it to. You get the idea. All right, 14.5 feet. There we go. Now that makes me happy. All right, now number 6, similar idea, just different units of measure. We have 32 yards is what we start with, and then we know that 1 yard has 3 feet, and I want the yards to be on the bottom so they cancel out. So I have 32 times 3, which is 96 feet. Okay, if you do these problems, you're going to be fine on the assignment. And here's the worksheet that we gave you. We have, this is already set up for you, that's 6 feet. Okay, notice we did put it over 1. You don't have to do that, but it is okay to do that. How many inches is that? So I want to go from feet to inches, so I'm going to put feet on the bottom and 12 inches on top, which means I need to multiply. So 6 times 12 is 72 inches. Here, I'm starting with inches, so I'm going to change to centimeters. So 30 inches, I need to put my 1 inch down here, and then I would put my 2.5 centimeters on top. Okay, here, an Alaskan moose weighs about 1,700 pounds, or 1,700 pounds. That's what I would put up in this spot right here. Okay, and then I figure out, okay, 1 pound needs to go down here, and my 16 ounces needs to go up here. All right. Well, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully it is helpful. See you next time.